Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all got to forgive me now. It's getting a little heated in this here office, so I ain't got my light on because I'm still working on got to get my AC fixed up here. But wanted to pop on here and holler at you because headed home, to God be the glory, just had a client cancel a session, and I got a game tonight, soccer game with Tatum and my wife, but wanting to pop on here because I'm on this here series, and so we going in order, understanding and going through the games that men play, and this a very important little lesson to get in your life and to be able to wrap your head around because of all of the back and forth. So I want you to understand something about men, and that is that we are built different than women. We're a little more direct. We're a little more, we could be as sensitive or even more sensitive, but when it comes to communication, we need direct communication. And you can't be, but see what a lot of women do wrong is they don't understand tone. So when you understand tone, that's where you have your power at. When you understand that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And this is everything because men are sensitive, men are temperamental, because men are what? Men are human. So just like any other human, a man got feelings, he got emotions. And so you have to watch your tone when you're talking to a man. And that's what a lot of women, they'll say, oh, men you gotta talk tough to a man. And so they'll think, oh, let me talk tough to this man, but don't realize that they talking tough in a tough tone, in a disrespectful, condescending tone. And that's where you lose the man, because it's one thing that is non-negotiable for almost any and every, I ain't gonna say almost any. For every man you meet, the one thing that is non-negotiable is respect. If you don't respect the man, meaning you could respect him, but if you don't show him respect, if you don't show that man respect, you're going to lose that man. It's a couple things, and depending on that man and his upbringing will determine what you get from him. So for some men, you're gonna just get disrespected back, and he gonna try to disrespect you harder than you disrespected him. For some men, he's just going to tuck his tail and he's going to hurt you behind your back and then let it come out to hurt you in your face. For some men, he's going to tuck his tail and go hurt you behind your back to console himself and you never find out. For some men, he just going to get fed up and he leaving. So you got to understand, anything that you want to say to a man, you can say to him. You just have to say it in the right tone. And you have to command the same for yourself. And that's where a lot of women go wrong. You allow a man to talk to you wrong, so then you want to talk to him wrong. So now y'all become dumb and dumber. And because you are stooping to his level of ignorance and lack of understanding. So what you have to realize is, okay, if he is on that level, and he ain't got no sense, you can't stoop to that level and have no sense with him. Y'all see, I've been filming in my wife's office next door. Now I'm back over in my office because it done cooled down, because I got to get some Freon or whatever you call that put in here. And I had just made me a little coffee, so y'all got to forgive me with that old good coffee in your ear. Let me get on up out of here because we got to leave in a little while, so I'm going to just go and get home so I could not be in no rush. And we could probably leave a little early. Get on up there to the game, take it all the way in. Get on up there and get to that concession stand. Y'all forgive me. Somebody up here. Who that is? Make sure I lock this door. And so that's what it's gonna come down to. So if you have to have a break with a man, if you have to have a breakup, if you have to have a tough conversation, what you have to do is you got to speak truth to power. So I'm gonna give you an example. And I went through this a little bit on the other video the other day. But because I don't pre-plan these videos, y'all just have to flow with me. So some of the stuff I'm going to repeat. And if I repeat it, that means it's very, very important. So what you have to say is, for one, you got to understand his personality. That's what you got to realize. Everybody had their own personality. And what you have to remember is that a person's personality is based on their history and their biography. Unpack that now. Their history and their biography. So what that means is history. Toxic relationships, healthy relationships, thug, pretty boy, nerd, schoolboy, been to prison, degree, no degree, master's degree, history, and their biography, their life story, single parent, two parent, all of that matters. So you got to look into that. Got to understand that. So once you understand that, now you know how to talk to this person. Some men are of few words. Some men are very wordy. So you have to take that into consideration. So men who are of few words, you have to speak less and more direct. Men who are of many words, you have to speak more, and you got to have more examples in your speaking. So, but it still has to be direct in what needs to be said. So you got to be able to. So I'm going to give you an example for the man who have many words. For the man of many words, you got to be able to say, hey, listen, I want you to realize and understand that for me as a woman, I'm leaning on you and I'm trusting you to provide and protect. And protect doesn't just mean like physically, it also means to protect my heart, to protect my emotions. If you talking down to me like I'm a piece of trash, really ask yourself, does somebody want to open their legs to someone who makes them feel like trash? Or does somebody want to open their legs to someone who makes them feel seen and makes them feel heard and makes them feel loved. So you asking for more intimacy, but you talking to me like the lint between your toes. And that's why I don't want to be intimate with you, even though we're married, because you're not thinking about me, you're just thinking about yourself. So that's the man of many words. But you see how you said what needed to be said. But what the mistake that many women make is being too emotional. He can't understand a word through your tears, through all your snotting, because you ain't did no breath work, you ain't calmed down, you ain't said it to yourself 10 times before you said it to him. So you doing all this crying and snotting. He can't even hear what you saying. Like you can't reach him because you too emotional, or you get too crunk. All you want is some ussy. That's all you ever effing talking about. But then want to talk to me like I'm your MFing child, and then you want to come up here and. So now that's fighting words. So now he like, whoa, all right. That's what he picturing in his head. Whether he do it or not, that's what he picturing. So now your whole point lost. And then on the other side, it's the other woman. You know, all I want to do is I just want to feel loved just for one day in my life. I just want to feel loved. You have not loved me, appreciated me. You know, you just want me to cook and effing clean. And that's all you want. Just get away from me right now. And so now here he is. He like, what the hell is going on? Like, all I was doing is just ask me for a little bit of booty out of here. Like, what the hell going on? But this is what you have to realize with communication. Communication go back to elementary school. Now you see how I'm talking to you? Imagine if I was yelling. Imagine if I was boo-hoo crying. Imagine if I was dying laughing. Any of those things, if I'm boo-hoo crying, it's pulling on your emotions. So you can't really hear what I'm saying. Like you feeling, you ready to cry. Like you like, oh, you so emotional. If I bust out laughing, you'll start to laugh. What's so funny? You can't even remember or hear what I'm saying because the laughter and what it's doing in your brain. Then if you take and just listen to me right now you could hear me. So now your levels, you level out. You just finished laughing, but now you coming back level. You know, you coming off the trail end of that laugh, but now you coming back level. Now your heart rate start to slow. Now you can hear me. But then I could quickly take you out of that. If I go to yelling, your heart gonna start to beat real fast. You're gonna start to feel like I'm talking to you. Like at the start of my video yesterday, when I was talking to whoever went to harass my wife on TikTok, everybody who watched that video, they had a visceral reaction. Either they was like, whoa, okay, Tony. Or they laughed like, all right now, y'all will live. Or they was like, he shouldn't be talking about that like that. Because what if that was a woman? What you finna beat on a woman? Like, so everybody had a visceral reaction based on the emotions that I was eliciting on that video. And so that's what you have to understand about communication. So when you talking to this man, you can't be all here and there and here and there. It got to be direct. It got to be what they say in elementary, room tone, inside voice, 12-inch voice. All right. And then what they'll do, they'll put their hand up. What does this mean? 1, 2. And then guess what? So they brain you bite. So we learn how to communicate in grade school. We forget that as adults. And so that's what you have to realize and understand. So when you talk to a man directly and you pierce that heart with them words and you realize like, okay, I said it like A, it didn't work. So I need to say it like B. It didn't work. So I need to say it like C. And this is what a lot of people do when I'm explaining this, because I'm giving you extra explaining because I'm a man of many words when I'm teaching. I'm a man of few words when I'm not teaching. So I'm giving you many words, but that doesn't mean it's rocket science. So what a lot of women do, because of their upbringing, their history, and their biography, that's too much work. That's like raising a man. That's like I don't want to be the man mother if he don't understand how I communicate and he can't understand basic communication skills. I don't want to be with him. He shouldn't be in a relationship. Not realizing that is why you're going to be single until you die. Now, do you see how I just said that to you? That hurt, it sting, but you notice it was no yelling, it was no curse words, and it was very direct. So you felt what I just said. So what I want you to hear and understand is you're dealing with a human being. You are a catalyst in his life. You're a vital piece in his life. If he could be a perfect communicator without you, he don't need you. If he could be well-rounded and all the way perfect without having to evolve and learn and grow and connect, he wouldn't need you. So that's where your femininity comes into his life and benefits his life, and his masculinity comes into your life and benefits your life. So that's what you got to realize and understand. That's how this thing works. So this is where the breakthroughs happen. And once you get that, and you start to realize that, then that's where the change is going to come. To where you speak his language. You look at his history, look at his biography. And this thing is real. And I was talking to a client the other day, and who gave me some feedback and told me for her specific situation, we put a game plan in place. And this all my clients now, so I'm just saying, I'm speaking on one. And my client come back and say, hey, Tony, I did that, what you said, the way you said it, and it worked. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and that's why I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm not saying this to toot my horn. It just let you know that I work for the Lord. I have never had a coaching session and gave a woman advice about a man, and she came back and said, Tony, you were wrong. In 18 plus years, it have never happened. And that's why I try to help y'all understand is that men ain't that complicated. Men ain't that complicated. It's just that you're not a man. So you don't understand men. Just like I'm not a woman. So I don't understand women. Meaning we understand the basics. Yeah, you know enough to kind of pop off a little bit at the salon about a man. I know enough about a woman to pop off a little bit at the barbershop. But the intricacies, the deep details, we'll never be able to fully wrap our head around that as it is related to the opposite sex. It just ain't how that works. And that's what we got to realize and be okay with that. Understand that though. And so what you have to realize is my client came back to me and said, hey, Tony, at work. And he told me like, hey, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know who you've been talking to. I don't know what's been going on, but like, you've been better. Like, this, like, you've been amazing. Or like, hey, what you said, I really liked it. That I really needed that. Like this, that, and the third. and the fourth and the fifth. And so what happens is now that sister walking is on that cell phone. And when I tell you the cell phone is bigger than her head, like, ma'am, you frying your brain. That ain't 5G. You got 8G in that thing. My goodness. Like, you need an AirPod or something. Get you some plug-in headphone. That phone is so big. Like, my goodness, sister, what is you doing? It's like you need to get off that phone. Get you some headphones. We walk around here dead and deaf. And so I'm hearing this. Why? Because I'm a man. Because I already know. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, don't take relationship advice about your man from a woman unless that woman got a man or she got a male relationship coach, because that's not how we wired. We not wired to fully understand the opposite sex, and you're going to get bad advice. Same thing with a man talking to his homeboy about how to handle his woman. You're going to get bad advice. The unfortunate thing, he'll talk to a woman, and because it's 1,000 different types of women, he'll get bad advice from her too. But for men, it's not that complicated. You got two types of men: grown boy, grown man. A grown boy gonna respond one way, a grown man gonna respond the opposite. Point blank, period. So once you, and that's how you figure out which one you got based on how he responds. But you got to come correct. You got to come correct. I'm thinking about my clients that signed up for the year coaching program, and I ain't heard from them. It's a couple, and that's a $10,000 program, and I ain't heard from them. I need to check in on them, make sure everything going all right. And so that's what I want you to realize and understand. And please do not jump out this door here, boy. I'll be laying you out. Amazon delivery. So be direct, but be cool, calm, and collected. Don't be too high. Don't be too low. And you got to pierce his heart with your words. You got to humanize yourself. Because see, to a man, you a female. And a female is different than a female. See, you got male and you got female. But certain times we use female in a derogatory way. So female could be a type of species, a type of animal, a type of whatever, and you might not even realize that he's seeing you like a game. Like he's seeing you totally different. And you like, man, why he acting like this? Why he this and that? And it's because he trying to conquer. He trying to fight and win, and you might not realize and understand that. And so what I want you to understand is that you have to pierce his heart. And you got to, in a time of peace, you prepare for war. So before you have a conversation with him, that's when you sit and you go through it 50 times by yourself. That's when you listen to what you're saying and you start to cut out the words that you know his history and biography is going to try to jump on that word and turn it into something. That's when you refine what you about to say to where he can't sit there and play the victim. He can't gaslight you. He can't sit there and because he'll hang on to that one thing, and women do that too, to where you say one thing. So like I was talking to my wife and we was talking about a situation with my son, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking like with this right here going forward, you know, we'll do it like this, we'll do it like that. And she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to start doing that. And I'm like, hey, when I did that, I had to do that. I'm saying going forward, we not going to do that. I'm like, don't be jumping on my revelation like what I did in the past was wrong. I had to do what I did. And so now that little bitty riff, it disrupted the whole communication. And it just was because of a tone of voice. She felt like I got offended or snappy or what she was trying to say. I felt like she got offended or snappy. And that just comes from both of us being sensitive in that moment. And so that's what you have to, in a time of peace, prepare for war. You going through that and you thinking like, okay, I know it. That right there gonna offend him. And so what you want to do and what you saying is you want to remove stuff that's supposed to be a jab, stuff that's supposed to be hurtful, stuff that like sometimes we try to slip little stuff in. You want to remove all of that and just keep it clean. Keep it pure, keep it direct, keep it real raw and regulated. And that's how you approach that. So now he looking, he's searching, he trying to figure something out. But now you've humanized yourself. You've come to him with a humble heart. You expressing yourself articulately. You're not screaming and yelling. You're not boohoo crying. You're not calling names. Go on Amazon when you get some money and get my book called Make It Work. Make It Work. And if you got it, then open it back up and go to the chapter about communication and the chapter about arguing, and read that again, especially if you're in a relationship. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. And I think I probably got 14 rules in there, which they all go together. So it's not like you got to remember 14 things like you finna take the SAT. It all go together. They go right in. It's like, don't stand up while you're talking. Don't yell. Don't curse. Don't call names. Like, all that is common sense. It goes together. So it'll help you get that communication, that flow of communication. And once you understand that and you kicking it to him like that there, the way he like, man, okay, once he, you know what I'm saying, really let me know, like, because see, a lot of times a man will be playing a video game with you, with your life, and he'll forget that you're a human with a heart and a mind, and he playing a red pill game from the fresh and fit dummies. So he'll go and listen to them lames, to them clowns, and then he'll go to talking to you like he coming at you from the red pill community, and he talking to you like you're this savage, gold digging, can't be trusted woman who coming to steal his little bit of money, finesse him into marriage, then cheat on him, then divorce him and take half. Like, that be the approach that the red pill have these men in. So that's why men be dealing with women the way they do, because the man coming in already insecure and defensive. So that's where you have to disarm him because of the narrative that's out there. And at the same time, you got to look at what is, okay, if that's a red pill for men, is it a pink pill or a purple pill for women? And you got to listen to that narrative that's given to the women. Because remember, like the lady, the she-devil who do sprinkle, I think y'all was talking about, who hypergamy, what I call hypergamy, because it's dumb. And then that lady came out, and I remember talking to her and was going to interview her, and I think she went on Hardly Initiated, or she might have was about to go on there. And she was talking about how that ain't work for her. And so a lot of women is out there, and they going with that mindset, let me get an older man or a man with money and I could be a stay-at-home mom and just cook and clean and just use him for his money. So because that is an actual thing that women are sitting online teaching other women to do, men are coming into a relationship or finding themselves at some point in a long-term relationship looking at their woman like that. Like, is this what she doing? And so that's what has to be understood right now. And that's why it's necessary to perfect your communication, because you might be going up against something that you ain't even create, a narrative that you ain't even put in his head. This just come from the social media, from the World Wide Web. So understand that right there. All the important links in the description. Get your ticket for the live event. We probably got 20-something tickets left, January 24th, 2026. One-on-one session, I had to up it, but I only upped it $50, so it's at $175. So if you ain't, but you book until February. I had just told somebody, listen, book until February now. Don't book no session. If you want to talk this year, then you need to book 4 sessions up front, because that's what I consider a VIP client. You made an investment into yourself. And so somebody booked the session and wrote in, hey, can I get a refund? That's too far out. You was told before you booked it that it's far out. No, you can't have no refund. You can wait until then, or you could purchase 4 sessions up front and get moved up. Listen to directions, adults. Come on now, because y'all trying to hurt my business. I'm going to give him a refund. Now, Stripe looking at me like, what kind of fraud you running? You must be over there one of these fraudsters. Because what's up with all these refunds? So no, if you don't listen as an adult, I'm not taking the L for you not listening. So you got to listen. See how I put the nice voice on there to make it land a little easier? That's what I'm talking about. That's how you got to do. But hey, God bless you. Check the links in the description. Get ready, Black Friday. The mastermind is launching on Black Friday. Consistency clothing line is relaunching on Black Friday. That's going to be pre-order, so be patient. You don't go in there and order and talking about you need it for Monday for work. It's a pre-order. It still got to come from the manufacturer. Okay, so understand that right there. And then the courses, there'll be a discount on the courses, but it won't be on the all access membership. But if you want access to every course on the academy, make sure you're ready to sign up on Black Friday for the all access membership, because that's going to be the lowest price you ever see. December, the price go up. So sign up on Black Friday for the all access membership. So, hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. Keep your head up. We'll talk soon.